Whoa! What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is part 4 now of the in-game cinematics for Legion. This is the 4th and final part. This part will also include what kicked off, at least for me, the whole thing, which was Rejection of a Gift. So yeah, part 1 to 3 have been really good. This is the 4th and final part, like I said before. So let's get into it. Oh.
Our fates are now one. Argus will be your tomb.
Oh.
At least we will have died fighting.
Our war isn't over yet. Not while we hold the key to all worlds.
Whoa. Whoa.
Khadgar, take us home.
Go on, Khadgar. Do it. This is the prophet, isn't it?
I was always envious of you. Your gift, your faith, your vision. I never believed that Sargeras could be stopped. Perhaps you will prove me wrong.
Everyone, get ready!
Oh. Wow.
Is everyone all right? What have you done?
Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced.
Wow. Right, okay, I'm not quite sure what he has done there. I'm not quite sure. I think Khadgar was obviously teleporting them back to safety. So I don't know if Kil'jaeden has also brought through that world as well. I think so. But no, that was a pretty cool start to the in-game cinematics for part 4. This guy as well, who was defeated, it looks like obviously he's got some kind of connection to the prophet. Maybe he was very similar to him, or at least it looked like he was a close friend of him that maybe turned to the dark side. But yeah, pretty cool. This one now leads on to, I believe, Battle for Argus, which is one that I watched in part 1. When I was a bit mixed up in part 1, one of the in-the-game cinematics I watched was the next one, I believe, in line. So I'm going to skip that one now, and I'm going to move on to Rejection of the Gift. That's the next one. So let's go. Right. That ties in, doesn't it, with the light-bound vessel, I think it is.
We are blessed to be in your presence once more, Zira.
TheReelSym, you have found the chosen one. Kil'jaeden, from birth, the light in your eyes held such promise for the future.
Oh.
I sacrificed that birthright long ago.
Do you not wish to reclaim what was lost? To be whole again?
The Legion's end is all I seek.
My child, you've given so much for so little. Your true potential, your redemption, lies before you. Let go of your shattered form and embrace the light's power.
I've traded my freedom for power before.
The prophecy must be fulfilled.
Whoa.
Your old life has passed.
Give him a choice.
Will forge you a new one.
It is not yours to take.
The light will heal your scars.
I am my scars.
The light is your destiny.
My destiny is my own.
Whoa. Wow. This guy is...
You've doomed us all, betrayer! Your faith has blinded you. There can be no chosen one. Only we can save ourselves.
Ooh, nice. Wow. Okay, so I can see why this was heavily requested and why initially this was the one I was going to watch first. That was a very, very good in-game cinematic. Wow, wow. Okay, so what I really do like about this is, first thing, the tie-in. You know, I think in part 1 I watched a in-game cinematic called Lightbound Vessel, I think it was. And in that, the prophet, one of the actual, it's Khadgar, I think, in it. Khadgar's in that, and the actual vision says to him, take this lightbound vessel to the prophet. And obviously here now, this lightbound vessel is put on the floor, and obviously then it turns into this being, this being that obviously can grant the chosen one these powers. So I like how that ties in, and I like how it showed that, you know, initially Illidan was the chosen one, and she obviously beckoned him forward to choose his destiny. But then all of a sudden, after it wasn't going the way she wanted, she restrained him and in essence forced him to take on the light. And I like how it showed that when it was against his will, he pushed back, because there was a point in there, wasn't there, where it says something like, this will heal your scars, and then it says something to the effect of, my scars made me. And I like that. I like how he talks about how it's the journey that's more important than the end result, and the scars made him who he is. So I like how it showed that as well. And then obviously right at the end, I think he kind of destroys her. And one final thing I will say as well is the end part. Do you know, right at the end where he said basically no one is a chosen one. We make our own choices in life, basically. We can only save ourselves. It reminds me of one of the episodes in the Harbinger series. In fact, I think it was the one actually on Khadgar where he talks about the prophet, or the prophets of the past, had so much power they believed they could defeat the Legion on their own. But the key to having any chance of beating the Legion was to realise that there's unity as a team, and as a team you've got a better chance of doing it. And it I'm kind of getting that vibe from what Illidan was saying, that no one is chosen individually, we make our own decisions. So I like the whole tie-ins there, the twist right at the end as well. Even though I clearly knew he was going to reject the gift, it was still a nice thing to see as well. So yeah, that is the rejection of the gift. That was a really good one. I will now be moving on to the next one.
Seat of the Pantheon.
That which you have stolen will be your undoing.
Ooh.
Rise, Argus. Rise, my broken world.
Mortals, the time has come to fight for the fate of your world.
Wow. Okay, no idea who this guy is here. Rise of Argus cinematic, that was cool. Seat of the Pantheon. Don't know who this guy is that comes out the middle. Basically looks like Galactus, doesn't he? This guy looks like Galactus, the helmet and everything. At least for me, he reminds me of Galactus. Who, all he basically brings, Galactus, is death and destruction. And I won't be surprised if this guy does exactly the same. So anyway, yeah, let me move on to the next one now. Let's go.
You have done well, mortals.
It is time.
We must gather our strength. Return home, children of Azeroth.
Kil'jaeden, we've done all we can.
Every choice, every sacrifice has led me to this moment. To face him once again.
You are not coming with us.
The hunter is nothing without the hunt. Did you not see this fate, prophet?
Fate. Our survival was never in fate's hands. Light be with you, Kil'jaeden Stormwraith.
Oh.
Brother, your crusade is over!
This is mad. This is crazy. What? Whoa. Look at the size of that sword. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely crazy. Wow. That's into that one. Wow, that was good. That was really good. A few questions on that. A few questions. The first one, right at the beginning where the prophet says we've done everything we can do. Illidan decides to stay. I do know why he decides to stay, but I don't know the history of the backstory or even the motivation behind that. Why does he want to stay? He wants to kill this guy that they drawed, this huge guy they drawed out of the earth, back to where he should be, which is on this council. I don't know why he wants to kill this guy. What's his motivation for doing so? But clearly there's some kind of beef between them. Like he said, they're the hunter and the hunted, and also the consequence of him staying there as well. If he does stay there, does he die? Can he live there forever? Is he trapped there? I don't know. But no, that was pretty cool. And also, why is the guy in the earth? Why is he so big, like Galactus level? Why is he so huge, and why is he stuck in the earth? And also, the last thing, that sword at the end was absolutely huge. That shot where it shows it obviously towering over all the buildings. I thought that was really funny as well, but good. Yeah, so that was a good ending cinematic. So I believe there's a couple more for me to go through now. So let's get into the next one.
Like many of you, I know firsthand the pain of loss. My father, King Varian Rin, gave his life to save his people. He knew that no one, not even a king, is more important than the Alliance. And because he and so many others had the courage to make that sacrifice. We did the impossible. We defeated the Burning Legion.
Spymaster Shaw. Back so soon?
But by living our lives, our joy.
I need to speak with him.
These
They look exactly the same.
Now.
Oh.
And we must cherish and celebrate them. For the Alliance!
We've observed an unusually large cluster of goblins in Silithus, and the numbers are increasing.
Goblins aren't the most charming people, but they do things for a reason.
And those reasons usually involve money.
So, the Horde has found something valuable then.
They have indeed. This.
What is that?
What is this?
We don't know.
It would seem the Horde does, and we must find out more.
Agreed. We have eyes on it.
Horde got their own little operation going off there. Cliffhanger. So that was a really good ending actually to the Legion in-game cinematics. That is a cliffhanger. Yeah, cool. Really good. Overall, all the in-game cinematics have been really good. And for me, at least in this one, the standout is definitely Rejection of the Gift. One thing I definitely will say before I leave it here today, guys, is the in-game cinematics definitely adds to the overall story. Not like they weren't going to, but I think the majority of people that don't know too much about World of Warcraft, including myself, will obviously watch the main cinematics. But without delving into the in-game, you don't really appreciate the backstory, what's going on between the cinematics. And now after watching them, at least for Legion, even though I can guarantee there's so much that I've missed, I've still been able to gain more from it than if I didn't watch it, if that makes sense. And also for the time that people have taken in the comment section to put it in some kind of order for me to work through as well. So I really do appreciate that. So, like I mentioned a few days ago in my preview for next week's video releases, I think the next thing I'm going to do in terms of World of Warcraft is going to be the in-game cinematics for Battle for Azeroth. There's a couple of other ideas and a few other things I've got on the horizon as well for World of Warcraft, but I think probably this is the next thing I'm going to do. So I've done Warlords of Draenor, I've now broken Legion into 4 parts that I've done now. So yeah, the next thing, at least for me, and thinking about it kind of makes sense as well, is going to be Battle for Azeroth, the in-game cinematics. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction and review to these in-game cinematics, all 4 parts, and if you did, feel free to like, comment, and also subscribe for more content like this. I will be going through Battle for Azeroth next. And also, if you do decide to subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.